Hi, everybody. It's Mike from Hear the Watchman. And, today we have just such an exciting show to bring you. We're going to talk about something important. On our show, we're always talking about preparing spiritually and physically for what's to come. And today we have Chance from AmericanSurvivalWholesale.com. He's going to come on and he's going to talk to us today about gun safety, how to clean your weapons, how to be safe. Do you know, folks, this is an interesting fact that Chance and I were talking about earlier today, that most gun accidents, fatal gun accidents, happen when someone's cleaning their own weapons. So Chance, I just want to bring you in. Thank you for being with us. Talk to us today about how we can be safe.
Blessings, folks. So welcome to the ASW Armory. As you can see, we're very pleased today to offer training on how to safely clean your firearm. But before we do, I kind of want to go over a couple of things. Number one, we support the right, our Second Amendment constitutional right to bear arms. And I'd like to go ahead and read this to you. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That being said, part of being a responsible gun owner, and by the way, there are more guns, more firearms in Texas than any other state in the United States. Just a little note there. So part of being a a responsible gun owner is making sure that there are things that you need to do to protect yourself, your family, your hearing, and your vision. And I'm going to show you just a few of those things right now. It is important that you have a proper set of hearing protection. Now, these are noise canceling headphones. They work really well, but you can use those in conjunction with standard earplugs. So that gives you a dual form of protection. As well as, I'm wearing actually my shooting glasses because they're prescription, but having a pair of shooting glasses, this set is by Caldwell, also imperative, okay? So we're going to get right into it, Mike. Today we are going to clean a Glock 19. We're going to go ahead and pull that off the shelf right now. Okay. The Glock 19 is the weapon that is preferred by most law enforcement agencies, mostly due to its durability. Okay. So before we go any further, I want to make sure, before we start cleaning, that my magazine is clear. So as we can see, there's no ammunition in the magazine at all. And we want to make sure that our chamber is clear as well. And as you can see, folks, I did this for a reason. As Mike said, most accidents, some being fatal, are because someone did not check the magazine and or the firearm, and if it's loaded, you can kill, injure yourself or someone else. So please, number one, before you do anything else, clear your chamber, release your magazine before you get started. Put that right there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start to disassemble this weapon. To properly clean a weapon, you have to understand there are a lot of moving parts and there's a lot of areas where there's friction. And so we need to make sure that we clean out any residual gunpowder that might be in the weapon. And so what we do here with the Glock, we're going to basically point this away from us. I'm going to release the slide. Be a little tricky here sometimes. pull back on it a little bit, and there we go. So we have just separated what we call the upper from the lower. So we're going to go ahead and continue our disassembly here. Now we are going to remove the recoil spring from the weapon. We're just going to basically push on the recoil spring and out. And that's what that looks like. We'll set that to the side. And now we're going to release the barrel. We're just going to basically push in and out, sliding it right out of the slide. And there you are. Set that to the side. Okay, so let's talk about the tools that you're going to need to properly clean your weapon. Number one, I'm going to go ahead and take off the glasses. Number one, you need a set of Q-tips. They need to have the wooden handle. The plastic Q-tips just really are not of the quality that you're looking for. So Q-tips with a wooden handle. You need a nylon brush. See that there's two sides here for the fine detail work. You're going to need a cleaning rod. This is called the jag. A cleaning rod, as well as the pads that go inside. And this is what the pad looks like. And a bore brush. Now, bore brushes, of course, come in different sizes depending on your caliber. This is a 9mm Luger, but as you can see, here's a 308, a 223, 357 mag, 44, 9mm, and a 22. So you want to make sure that you have a good kit that contains all of those bore brushes. And I use Tops. It's a very good kit, very complete. It contains all of these brushes inside. All right. The last thing that you need, we're not going to need it for this particular firearm, is a gun tool. And I want to show you guys, I'll get a little bit closer here. Folks, this has all of the tools that you're going to need for most firearms. So all of your Allen wrenches, feeler gauges, knife, screwdriver bits, everything is included in this gun tool. Absolutely a necessity if you're going to be a gun owner. Make sure that you pick up one of these. Matter of fact, I think American Scrabble has some of those in their inventory. Okay, so let's get right into it. We're going to start cleaning our weapon first, and I use this Hops No. 9 solvent. And now that we've got our weapon disassembled, we're going to take our brush and we're going to just dip this in here a little bit. And we're going to start with the lower. Now, what you're looking for, any parts that are metal, you want to make sure that you clean those and clean those well. So we're just going to brush this a little bit with our solvent. Just like so. Just like so. And then I'm going to take a little cloth here, and we're just going to wipe off remaining. And as you folks can see, there is some residue. So we've got about 500 rounds from this button. Okay, good. We're going to set that to the side. Let that dry, and we're going to focus now on the recoil spring. Again, we're going to take our brush and just make sure that we get out any lead residue, any deposits that have built up. You want to do this preferably after every time you shoot, due to the fact that if you get too much residue buildup in your weapon, it can also actually cause a misfire. And a misfire, if not handled correctly, can lead to injury or death. So keeping our weapons clean is very, very important. And it's a responsible thing to do as a gun owner. Okay, so we're just going to dry that off a little bit. Now we're going to move on to the slide. Now, what I'm going to do now is clean the slide, but I want to point out something that's very, very important. And this is pretty much any firearm. Inside the slide, you will find the firing pin. It is fine to clean everything inside the slide, but try to avoid the fire pin, because if you get solvent down in there, or oil, again, it can cause a problem, and usually that ends up being a misfire. So we're going to go ahead and take a Q-tip, and I'm going to dip this into our solvent. And again, I'm focusing on any areas that there's friction. So we're just going to go ahead and start cleaning here. You see the firing pin is right here. We're going to clean the rails inside. I'll show you guys something. You see that? So we're going to get another Q-tip out here and continue. I'm also going to focus some attention on the muzzle, which is here. The barrel comes in. So we've got quite a bit of residue in there. And on the inside, just a real light cleaning to get anything that might be left over. We're going to take another cloth here. Just dry that out. As you can see, guys, that's pretty clean. Okay, next step, we're going to focus on the barrel itself. You want to spend the time here. You want to make sure that you get all of the deposits out of the rifling inside the barrel. You want to make sure that you lubricate this well, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. So what I like to do is to take a clean patch. And not everyone does this, but I think it's important. And I'm going to put the clean patch in here. Some folks like to use what they call a snake. I don't think that's a very good job personally. And you always want to clean from the breech to the muzzle. And there's a reason for that. If you damage the muzzle at the end here, it can actually affect the trajectory of the round. So we start from the front, from the breech to the muzzle, and we're just going to push in and back out. Push in and back out. Now I'll tell you why I do that. Before we take the wire brush and we shove that down that barrel, you need to understand, but you're actually, if there's a lot of residue in there, you're just putting out right inside that barrel, and you're just kind of grinding. By using this cloth, you're getting the majority of the lead out of there before the wire brush. So now we're going to take our wire brush and we're just going to dip it in some of that solvent. Dab and do it. And again, from the breech, chart and back out. Reach and back out. Reach and back out. Very good. Now, on the last pass, this is what I do. I think it's important so we're not dragging any of that residue back through. I'm going to go ahead and unscrew my bore brush and pull that back through. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back to cleaning pad here. I'm going to put a fresh one in. A little bigger than a needle, but not much. Okay. From the breech to the muzzle, breech to the muzzle, and that's very good. We've gotten, look at this. Folks, this is what causes damage to your gun. This is why it's so important to clean your weapon after every use. Okay. So now I'm going to focus a little bit more attention here on the lower. And again, I'm just basically cleaning all the metal parts here. There we go. Don't miss anything. Dry that off. Okay, we're going to go ahead and lubricate our weapon. And again, we want to take care when we're lubricating our weapon to make sure that we don't get any of that lubricant near the firing pin. I use M-Pro 7. The reason why we use that is it's a very high quality gun oil, and it's used by most militaries. And it's such a high quality, it just doesn't take very much. Seriously, guys, just a few drops. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to put a little oil here. We're back to our slide on the rail. Drop there. I'm going to drop there. Then I'm going to use my Glock authorized applicator, and I'm going to take my finger here, and I'm just going to kind of spread that out a little bit. Again, it does not take much. Along the rail, avoiding the firing pin. And a new Q-tip, we're going to do a little bit on that. Here we go. So again, folks, I'm going to show you, these are the most important areas where there's friction. Right along this rail, this little piece of metal here and here, and then right around here, muzzle. And that's it. We're done with our slide. We basically do the same thing with our lower. And again, folks, it does not take too much. Just a little bit here on top. Here, here, here. Any surfaces that are metal or where you're going to have some friction. Drop there. And we are done with our lower. We're going to go ahead and put just a little bit on our recoil spring, just a dab into it, not too much. I'm just going to spread that with my fingers in there. Let's get that nicely lubricated. Very good. And then back to the barrel. We're going to put a little here on the exterior of the barrel and the Glock there. And with this Glock authorized applicator, I'm going to take my fingers and just put a little bit of gun oil on there, moderate amount, not too much. And we're good. I'm going to take this flashlight and I want to show you folks, if I can, put this up to the camera so that you guys can see how clean this barrel is. You guys see that okay? All right. So we have safely cleaned our weapon. Now it's time for reassembly. So we're going to start with the slide. Putting our barrel in first, just like so. Drop that down. Our recoil spring, we're going to put that in next. Just a little shove here. Very good. And we're ready for reassembly. So we're just going to basically line these up. Here we go, and slide back. Just like new, folks. Just like new. We have successfully cleaned a Glock 19.
Well, you know, Chance, I mean, that is so fascinating to watch you do that and to see exactly how it's done. Now, the question that I have is, how many rounds, if you're going to go out, let's say the average guy is going to go out on the weekend and he's going to shoot off maybe 50 rounds, and right after he shoots off those 50 rounds?
Yeah, you really should. So at the end of the day, whether it be 5 rounds or 5,000 rounds, whatever you're shooting, at the end of the day, you really you need to clean your weapon for many reasons. Number one, an improperly cleaned weapon, again, can cause injury, right? Now, there are different ways and forms of cleaning your weapon. Sometimes if you're just going to shoot maybe one clip for that Glock in particular, that's like 14 rounds, 14 to 15 rounds, you could just do a barrel clean in that case. But if you're going to go through quite a few rounds, you should really go ahead and take your gun apart and clean it properly.
That's awesome. Now, listen, where can we find all of these materials that you're talking about? I mean, the shooting glasses, the earplugs, the what do I want to call them? The things that cover your ears, all of that. Where can we find that? Can we get that at AmericanSurvivalWholesale.com?
You absolutely can. As a matter of fact, we offer wholesale pricing on many of these items. For example, these shooting glasses made by Caldwell, these are NC approved. In a store like, let's say, a gun store, these are going to be about $15 to $20. We have these available for $9. The earplugs, you'll see these as well in gun stores for about $4.99. We carry these, they're $3. For the head protection, and guys, I would say you don't want to spare any expense here. A good set of head protection is going to have the protection that you're going to need to protect your ears, but also it's going to have the noise canceling, which you'll see here on the side. That's really important. We carry these as well, and they're under $30. Tactical flashlights. Tactical flashlights. We carry these. They are $50 online. This can be mounted right to your rail on your firearm. We carry these for $19.99. These are amazing, long-range, high-lumen tactical flashlights, and we love it. We use them all the time.
Chance, you know, the other night you and I had a discussion, and I posted a YouTube video on our channel about something incredible. You have a new program where if somebody buys a 30-day food supply for, I think it's like $5, that's nothing for 30 days. This is long-term food stores. But the really incredible part about all of this is you'll bleed with the exact same package when they buy it. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so about once a month, we have a big drive for our Veterans Outreach Program. And so we just created this pack. It's actually 300 servings of breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. drinks, desserts. Great variety of food, no MSG, no high fructose corn syrup. Plus, it's 25% off. It's normally $300. I think we have it on our website for $224.99. The great thing about this, though, is, Mike, if you buy one of these packs for your family to help your family get prepared, we're going to send exactly the same thing to a veteran in need. Now, I'll get a little emotional when I talk about this, but there's no excuse, absolutely no excuse, for someone who has served our country with pride and honor to have to skip meals because he has medications that the VA has prescribed to him that he's got to fill every month, or he's got amazing utility bills, but he's on disability, he or she's on disability, and can't afford to even pay their utility bills. So it shouldn't have to be a choice of whether you're going to eat or you're going to be able to buy your prescription for the month. It's just ridiculous. So sorry for venting there, but you know, it's just really close to our heart. And so, yeah, if you guys would please go to our website, go to AmericanSurvivalWholesale.com, look for the tab that says long-term food storage. This particular pack's got a 20-year shelf life, and you'll see that pack available while supplies last. And we'll get one out to a veteran that's in need. And if you know of a veteran in need, and there's a space there on that page for you to give us that information, we would be happy to reach out to them as well. As a matter of fact, any new blankets, new sleeping bags, there's a major need for that right now. So reach out, feel free to reach out and email us at bugoutamerica@usa.com, bugoutamerica@usa.com, or feel free to call us directly. No computers to answer the phones. One of our representatives will take that call. It's 818-720-0759, 818-720-0759.
Well, you know, Chance, I mean, it's amazing that you're doing this and reaching out. And you know, we've known each other for several years now. You know, my heart and Jeannie's heart goes out to any veteran out there. But the sad thing is, there are a lot of guys out there that have served this country that need help. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. You know, there's over 1,200 right now. I don't know if that sounds great. There are 1,200 veterans that are homeless. 1,200 veterans that are homeless have no place to sleep. Okay, and I'm not even talking about shelters. I mean, out on the streets, over 1,200, and it's a shame. It's absolutely a shame. But you know what? The Lord has a purpose for each and every one of us, and you know, He's put this in our hearts. So we take no credit for the Veterans Outreach Program, but I've got to say, brother, it does work. I think I've shared some stories with you in the past about, you know, just sometimes just giving a little helping hand, or maybe some fellowship, or just, you know, meals for a month, right? It's all it takes, you know, to make that veteran feel like, you know what, I'm not alone. I don't have to do this anymore, right? And then hopefully we can share the Word of God, and that person can then be able to you know, give all of that pain and that stress over to the Lord.
Well, folks, I'm going to get Chance a little bit fired up here, I'm sure. Realize is that the VA care for these guys. They're not providing them with any assistance or help. It's like Chance and people like Jeannie and I and some of you out there who are reaching out to try and change their lives. And we need your support. We can't do it all alone. Chance, well, I mean, do you feel the same way as has the VA just abandoned these soldiers?
Look, I've been told by several veterans, they feel like they've been thrown away. Just like you take out your garbage every day and you throw it away. That's how they feel, like they've been thrown away. You know, they'll go into a VA office. I do want to say, not everyone that works at the VA is bad, right? I'm not saying that. What I am saying is our veterans deserve to have better treatment, right? To have better treatment, get them on some type of drug, right? That has nothing to do with the reason why they're there, okay? They need counseling and they need proper care. They deserve that much. The reason why you and I can have this discussion is because those that came before us paved the way for our freedom. So we need to do what's right for them. We owe it to them. So does our government.
Well, amen to that, brother. You know, my dad fought in the Pacific during World War II. My brother was a Vietnam vet. Jeannie's brother is a Vietnam vet. You know, it's just awful, folks. When Chance says that these men and women feel like they're thrown away, I mean, that's just awful. And it only takes an individual like Chance at American Survival Wholesale, or you sitting at your home right now watching this, and call him, email him, do something. I mean, maybe you can't buy a month's worth of food, but maybe you can send him $5 to try and help out a veteran who needs it. So get off the couch, get busy, help people out. Chance, I really want to thank you for coming on the show today. What a blessing it was. I mean, what a wonderful lesson on how to clean your weapon. We're going to have Chance on every Wednesday, folks, and we're going to talk about preparing physically for the times ahead. But I'm encouraging you to reach out to him via email. Chance, what is your email address again?
Our email is bugoutamerica@usa.com. That's BUG out OUT America at USA.com. Or again, our phone number, Sunday through Friday, you can give us a call at 818-720-0759. We do take Saturday off for the Sabbath, but you can call on the Sabbath on Saturday for prayer.
Amen, brother. And thank you for everything that you're doing. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being a part of the Hear the Watchman conferences. Folks, you can come out and meet Chance and his wife in person at the Boise, Idaho conference, August 18th through the 21st. Go to hearthewatchman.com. Check it out. Tickets are unfortunately selling out rapidly. So if you want to come, get on there, get signed up, come out and spend some time with Chance. I think maybe we'll do an actual live demo there of him showing you how to clean your weapons and do some other survival techniques that you might need to survive the times ahead. We hope we won't need them, but I also want you to particularly, that's bugoutusa.com. Get a hold of him and help a veteran, because it's your duty to do that. It's back on its veterans is a country doomed to fail. So don't be one that turns their back. Get out there and help. Chance, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Absolutely my honor. Thank you for having me. My honor. Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll see you again next week.
Static image there, okay? You can step out for just a second.
All right. Until the next time, folks, God bless each and every one of you. You know, Gina and I we're looking forward to meeting those of you that come to our conferences, and Chance and Merrill and all of us that are a part of Hear the Watchman and hearing from you. So reach me at Mike Kerr, Kerr 777 @gmail.com. Until I see you next time, God bless and take care.